Let me tell you, I'm happy to say there's nothing but blue skies coming your way. There's nothing but blue skies coming your way. I'm happy to say there's nothing but blue skies coming your way. Blue skies coming your way. Blue skies coming your way. This is weather. Weather. This is weather. Weather. This is weather. Weather. This is weather. Weather. This is Dick Whitney bringing you the weather.
At the dough. At the dough. At the dough. Always stacking bread. Always stacking bread. Always stacking bread. Always stacking bread.
This is Dick Whitman bringing you the weather. This is Dick Whitman bringing you the weather. And let me tell you, I'm happy to say there's nothing but blue skies coming your way. Blue skies. Blue skies. Blue skies coming your way. Coming your way. 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 Coming your way.
It is Saturday, February 15th, and you are watching a new episode of You Don't Watch Sports right here on the Feo Grande YouTube network. I am Bill Smith, and I am joined, as always, by the man, the myth, the legend, Feo Grande himself, Omari Ellis.
Hi. Should be able to hear me this time. Someone made sure to click the right button. That someone is me. What's up, everybody? How you doing?
How was your sports week, Omari?
You know, surprising, I think, is the best way to
You're
put
live.
it. Yes. The surprising is the best way to put it in one word. It's succinct enough. But yes, and we'll get into it. But yeah, surprising was
All
my
right,
sports
we are
week.
going to get into it because we have 3 topics right here on You Don't Watch Sports, just to sprinkle a little bit of sports information into your conversation, as we are your guiding light through the sea that is sports talk. Omari, topic number 1, it was the Super Bowl, baby. Let's talk about it. We had an amazing Kendrick Lamar concert sandwiched by maybe some football.
Oh, there was football. Now, the only one team was really playing, but there was some football. Let me tell you something. I've gone on about it. I have come out here and bloviated and talked about how much the Chiefs, when it matters, play their unique brand of mistake-free highly disciplined football. And lo and behold, this year's Super Bowl, after a season of me talking about them and how great they can be when it's time to be clutch, they made the most mistakes and the least amount of discipline that I've seen this team do in a long time. They just got stomped by the Eagles. It was not pretty at all. It was like 24-0 halftime. Even then, I'm trying to be optimistic, but I have to reference something I don't like to be optimistic. I'm like, guys, we've seen this show before. We've seen an evil empire down 25 points at halftime. I don't consider the Chiefs an evil empire. They're just an empire, but you know who I'm talking about. The evil empire was down 25 at halftime. But they did not come back. In fact, the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, fly, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles, that is how they say their thing. They won 40-22. Jalen Hurts put on a show even bigger than Saquon Barkley. The Chiefs came prepared. They had a mission. Stop Saquon Barkley from running the ball, and they did that. He wasn't even the rushing leader on the Eagles. That was Jalen Hurts. Apparently they had no game plan for him, and they definitely had no game plan for that defense. That defense was sacking Patrick the entire fucking game. Travis Kelce, I don't know where he went. He wasn't there. So much for proposing after the game. Yeah, she probably proposed leaving your ass. I'm sorry, that's rude. But
no, the best take I've heard is what you mentioned when we were talking about it earlier in the week when we spoke, and that was that you have incredibly emotional leaders that are front runners, and when they're not front running, their emotions will get the better of them, and that seems to be what happened there in the second half. Yeah, they came out of that halftime not like they were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I feel like you could tell it was either early in the third quarter or midway through the third quarter. Eagles already up by like 30 on this team. And you know, number 12 was there on commentary. I'm not sure if it was him or the other guy. Luckily, I was at work, so I didn't have to hear a lot of the commentary. But he mentioned something about the Eagles coming out for a drive. And they're like, well, this could go a lot of ways. This could either be them, you know, running the ball out since they got Saquon, or they could go for the dagger. And oh my God, it's a dagger! He throws like a 50-yard pass straight to the end zone, one-play touchdown. Even if you had a slight inkling that this is our time, boy, that is just right in the gut. I think the Chiefs had finally scored right before that, too. And the Eagles said, okay, Patrick is scoring. Don't give him too much time on the clock. Fuck you. Touchdown, motherfucker. I don't care how much time you got. We only need one play. And you could see on the sideline, whether it was Patrick, whether it was Travis, whether it was the defensive leader, Chris Jones or whatever, who got injured early in the game. But Chris Jones just on the sideline, the pure emotion of we are fucked or screwed or whatever. And yeah, that. If your leaders are acting that way, it's not that hard to follow. Like, yeah, you don't want to be like two guys. Come on, guys, it's the Super Bowl. But some like, get your shit together. Let's do this. We got 30 more minutes. Who are they? We beat them 2 years ago.
And they ended up getting 22 points overall, most of it in garbage time at the end there. But I mean,
yeah. No,
it was never a game that felt like it was a game.
Yeah, and you know, the stats will make it look like Mahomes, you know, outplayed Jalen at first because, you know, he had 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he did have 2 picks. I'm pretty sure he might have had a fumble, but he definitely got sacked like way too many fucking times. Jalen Hurts, meanwhile, had 2 touchdowns. He had 221 yards, so only 37 yards less on 10 less passing attempts. And he had 1 interception and 72 yards and a rushing touchdown. Again, they stopped Saquon. They did the Their game plan of stop this new guy. We beat this team 2 years ago. They think they're better because they got Saquon. Well, we'll stop that We only lost by 3 the last time, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Who did you think
and
we
at
was?
this point, also it's like the individual stat doesn't even really matter. All you have to do is point to that 4-0 on the board, and then that one single play of dropping that 50-yard dime absolutely perfectly in the breadbasket of the receiver in stride. You can't throw a better ball than that. That's all Jalen Hurts needs for the rest of his life.
The pick 6, though, from Cooper DeJean, the cornerback rookie, on his birthday in the Super Bowl, gets a pick 6, the first of his career. Come on now, that's crazy.
Yep.
But no, game. I was gonna say great game. It wasn't a great game. It was a game that happened and had a halftime show that was crazy with Kendrick Lamar.
Absolutely. I mean, oh my God, as a connoisseur of halftime shows, of Super Bowl halftime shows, probably I would say Prince is number one, and it's recency bias, but Kendrick Lamar is right there. He is right there. That performance was incredible.
Over MJ?
I mean, Michael Jackson is the first. He's the first.
Okay.
So I can't deny it, and it's good, but there's
Fair.
to me there's something more with
fair.
Prince.
Not Prince over MJ. Kendrick.
No, yeah, that's what was like. I don't. It's too recent. It's too
Gotcha.
recent. I know Kendrick is in that top tier.
Gotcha.
I don't know how it breaks down yet.
Yeah.
And I can't really tell you my 2, 3, 4, 5 beyond Prince at this moment.
Gotcha. I was just, I wasn't questioning the Prince choice. It was
Right.
more the Kendrick part. And,
No,
and not to say I had any problems with Kendrick's. It was just
MJ's
interesting.
is probably up there. Honestly, Janet's and JT's, even without removing the controversial ending, was a great show.
I missed that halftime show. I was playing video games.
The MTV hosted one back when we were kids that featured the big pop icons and Aerosmith and Nelly. That was a really good medley, getting all the genres in their show. But yeah, I mean, Kendrick's was so. It's so amazing what he can do with live performances on a simplicity level.
Yeah.
While simultaneously like triple layering metaphor on metaphor on metaphor, but then also like because he knows he's going to get a ton of criticism. That's going to automatically be received, but also on the surface level, there's nothing you like. All of his shit is cloaked in metaphor, and so like on a surface level you could say it's one of the more patriotic performances but like these conservative minds are struggling to try and find how they can be angry about this performance because it's so layered, and they don't know how to be angry other than just like rap is bad. I love that side of it, and then obviously the whole Drake end of things. The
Man looked dead at the camera. Hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, are they going to say the song? Oh, they're going to say the song, but they're not going to say his name. Oh, he said his name. But they're not going to do the one part. Oh, they did the one part.
He did stop from saying
Okay, well, they're
the
absolutely
word.
not going to have Serena Williams pop out and suddenly crip walk for no reason.
That wasn't even on anybody's radar. That wasn't even on anybody. I didn't even realize it was Serena when I first saw it. Someone had to tell me, like, I had to see on Twitter, Serena was at the halftime show. I'm like, that's who that was? Because she definitely stood out. It's Serena Williams, but I just couldn't tell. I mean, I was also, like,
Of course, relating it back to sports. Famously crip walked after winning not the U.S. Open. Was it the Olympics? I think
she has
after
won
winning
so much, and I mean
after
that
winning
in
the
the
Olympics,
most respectful way possible.
Well, yeah, it wasn't the U.S. Open because it was a global stage, She
Okay.
crip walked after winning, I think, the gold medal and got a bunch of heat for it, obviously, as a modern person does in this world. So yeah, I think that's the tie-in moment there. That's the full circle moment there. Yeah, what an amazing Kendrick Lamar concert sandwiched around a Philadelphia Eagles victory parade.
Pretty much. But
All right,
yeah, that
Amari,
was the
this
Super
weekend.
Bowl.
Yeah, this weekend we got some big stuff going on because it's NBA All-Star weekend. We had the celebrity game last night. The skills challenges and the different things are basically popping off right now as we speak. And then later tonight we have the NBA All-Star game, but it's games. We got a new format this year. You want to break it down to us?
Yeah, so there's 4 teams. They're doing a little mini tournament. It's made up of 3 teams that are made up of the All-Stars. It's voted on by the fans, but were drafted by the TNT guys. And the 4th team is made up of the winner of last night's Young Rising Stars game, which was won by team, I believe you said it was Candace Parker. It began
Candace
with a C.
Parker's
Candace,
rookie
yeah,
team.
Team
Yeah.
C. So Team C, Candace's team, the Young Stars, you got your Stephon Castle, Connect for himself, Dalton Connect, Jalen Wells, Keontae George, Zach Trace Jackson Davis, Ryan Dunn. All of these people is called Rising Stars for a reason, in case you're wondering why you may not have heard a lot of these names. They're young. They're up here. They're the future. They're rising.
Yeah,
And
every team. Well, I don't know if the NFL does this, but the NHL and the MLB also do this around their All-Star weekend of like a futures. I think in the MLB it's literally called the futures game. But I love incorporating it into the actual All-Stars. That's pretty awesome.
Especially because Dalton Connect, an LA Laker who almost wasn't an LA Laker, but the trade decided to got rescinded, so he had to go back to the Lakers. Dalton Connect had a statement where he's like, "Oh, I get to play? That means I might get a chance to play against LeBron, right? It's a good chance to make a statement." That's his teammate. Anyway, so that's the awkwardness about having to bring somebody back after you made a big trade with them. Your star rookie player, like, yeah, we believe in you. Get the fuck off the team. Just kidding. Come back. Come back. That other guy was injured. Sorry. Anyway, we got the 3 other teams that these Rising Stars will be going with. From TNA's, inside the NBA. Not TNA. TNT's inside the NBA. We got Chuck's All-Stars, the first team up on here, with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who though he was drafted, is injured, so he was replaced by Trae Young. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Donovan Mitchell, Alperen Sengun, Pascal Siakam, Karl Anthony Towns, and of course, the alien himself, one of our guys on this show, Victor Wembanyama, coming in here. Very strong Chuck's global stars. The theme being a lot of them from other countries other than the USA. They here to dominate. Meanwhile, you got Kenny's young stars. You got your Jalen Brunsons, your Cade Cunninghams, Anthony Edwards, fucking Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, Jaren Jackson, Evan Mobley, and Jalen Williams of the Thunder on that team. Young star, not as much star power, but like I said, he's young stars.
Right. This is your step up from being in the futures game.
Exactly.
Now you're here. You're no longer future. You're now. You're new.
You're new.
You're new to being now.
Yeah. You're a new G, if you will. The old guys, or the OGs, the original gangsters, that's Shaq's teams, Shaq's OGs, and you know these names. Jalen
You
Brown.
know Shaq had to stack his team. Shaq's ass was like, all right, I'll do this. But give me all the Hall of Famers.
Yeah, give me a bunch of Hall of Famers, as well as 2 people from the recent champion team, Boston Celtics. You got Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum. But you also got, speaking of them Hall of Famers, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, Anthony Davis, though he's injured. That's why Jason Tatum is here, I believe. He replaces Kyrie Irving replaced the injured Anthony Davis. Yep. So, oh no, drop one Hall of Fame Mavericks player for another. Oh no, that's what we got to do. And of course, almost forgot, the other guy on the team, Mr. LeBron James, he's
The man
still
who
around.
loves to ball out on All-Star Weekend.
He's still around here. So that said, with that team being as stacked as it is, there are still some other teams out there. Your world's fastest man, America's own track star, said America ain't got it when it comes to basketball anymore. You shouldn't call yourselves the world champions because all the best players are from Europe. So the global stars are here. But to go against, Shaq's OGs and Kenny's young stars and the rising stars, the games, like I said, it's a mini tournament. It's mini because they're not full-length games. It's first to 40. And because it's all happening the same night. So two teams, two semifinals games and a final game, first to 40 each one. I think there's like $125,000 on the line for each member of the winning team to try and incite them to actually play, because that's been a problem with All-Star Weekend as of recent, hence them trying to shake it up like this. But who you got in this?
I mean, it's hard to not obviously go with Shaq's team. So I am going to go with the movie. We have a movie. We literally have a movie inside of this waiting to happen. And that's that Team C. That Team C comes up and dominates and wins this tournament. I'm telling you literally, you can make a movie on that.
You sure can.
You can make a movie on just that.
You can. And every movie has to have a moral. And my moral is sometimes, you don't get your happy ending. Just OGs. Okay, sometimes it's exactly what you expect. The strong team wins anyway. Get this Coach Carter shit in here. We got Shaq's OGs coming in here. I'm going with Team Shaq. Because it's first to 40 and not a full game, and you got fucking Steph and Damian on the same team, as well as Kyrie and Harden and fucking LeBron
just hit like a 60-footer for fun in game the other day.
The fuck you three has always been a thing, and he's been doing that a lot more recently. Yeah, just like half court logo. Dude, I'm LeBron James. I can do whatever the fuck I want, I guess. But yeah, I'm going with Shaq's team. I don't think Kenny's young stars can upset. If any of the teams that are young and stars are going to upset and win, I think it is going to be that Team C, just because they want to make a statement, especially connect.
I feel like they could fire themselves up so much, and they show up and
they got something to prove.
If the other three teams walk in like, come on, we're like, this is All-Star Weekend, we're having fun. Like, come on, like, give us some space so we can do a cool dunk. Here's our alley-oop moment. Like, nobody play hard D. And then these young kids could come in and be like, no, we're gonna win.
But that's the thing.
Use that 125.
I'm hoping that if the young dudes do come in with that chip on their shoulder, to borrow a phrase, and if they come in with that chip on their shoulder with something to prove, and they start playing too hard, I want the older people to be like, have that fire lit, like, oh nah, we can't let them. They just got here, and they think they're gonna win this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if the schedule has been released yet or not, but I would, in an ideal world, we have like Team C versus Charles Barkley's team, and then we have Shaq versus Kenny, and Shaq and Kenny's game is a very extremely loose, like in the movie version, like it's super loose, it's super showboaty, everybody's just having fun. And then you see the Chuck game with the youngsters, and like there's a shot of like LeBron James being like, oh, okay. And then that convinces that the OGs have to actually play in their second game, and it's like
actually a very competitive.
Yeah, it's a super competitive, really hard defense, back and forth. I score 2, I score 2, I score 3, you score 3. Like, I would love to see that.
Like, part of me thinks they need to bring back the shit they used to have when the All-Star game mattered. The shit like home advantage in the finals being on the line or something like that. Have some kind of like incentive to play. You know what I mean? Because now they're just like, and I got my body to think about. You know, I got them endorsement deals to think about. And for a game that means nothing, you think I'm going out here and trying? Win. Boo, boo, boo. Pampered generation, as the old people say. But yeah. Meanwhile, we got the skills challenges, which aren't what they used to be. The dunk contests. Bill, have you heard of any of these people I'm about to tell you?
No, bro, no.
Matas Buzelis, never heard of him. Apparently he plays for the Bulls. Andre Jackson plays for the Bucks. Stefan Castle, ain't heard of him either. I have heard of Mac McClung. Didn't know he finally got an NBA contract. He entered last year or a year before as like some internet dunker because the NBA players care so little about the dunk contest anymore that they had to go grab random dudes off the internet. That's how much the dunk contest has declined, which is sad because that used to be one of the highlights of the weekend.
Yeah.
But I know, like, one of the main dunkers, Aaron Gordon, a few years back, after he got gypped one year where he had an amazing dunk. I don't even remember the exact type of dunk, but another guy did a slightly less impressive one, but he played for Miami, and Dwayne Wade was a judge. And so he won. You know, and he coincidentally won. Aaron Gordon's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, but you were like, he won a few. I think he kept coming closer, having like he'd have like the best dunk, but for whatever reason, shenanigans, he wouldn't win. You know, it's one of those things. Like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore. When LeBron decided he would play 30 years in the NBA and not participate in a single dunk contest, I think that kind of set the new standard for this younger generation. Where it's like, well, if the face of the NBA ain't gotta care, why do I care? And so that happened. Meanwhile, 3-point competition still is going to be pretty close, but because we got some big names in there, your Darius Garland, really good shooter, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Tyler Hero, pretty much only thing I know about him that he does do well is shoot threes, Cameron Johnson, Norman Powell. But my guy that I think is or not my guy, but the dude I think is going to win it, or at least is the favorite, is Mr. Dame Time himself, Damian Lillard.
Two-time defending champion.
Two-time defending champion. There you have that. So I'm looking forward to at least checking that out, or at least the highlights from the 3-point competition. But I'm interested in this All-Star tournament. I might actually pay attention.
Nice. Well, if you do tune in, then immediately following that All-Star Game tournament is going to be AEW Grand Slam, Omari. Special AEW TV event going down in Australia. Basically, as we speak right now, it's kind of wrapped up or just finished or still going right now.
That's great, mate.
So we're going to go through the matches and get our predictions going here. First off, we have Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay tagging against Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. It's going to be a banger.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a great match with some great wrestling. I don't care. I'm so tired of the Don Callis versus Kenny Omega shit. But yes, Kenny
and the Will Ospreay versus Don Callis shit.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Don Callis shit. I'm not gonna lie, but I guess that's the point. Nonetheless, Kenny and Will, and I hear a lot about Kyle Fletcher. Yep. And how great he is. He looks. I don't see it because I haven't seen any of his matches, but it's one of those guys where the eye test, I'm like, really, this dude? But that's just me looking at a picture. That said, I got Kenny and Omega. No, I actually got the fucking Don Callis family winning again because they love doing this.
Yeah, I think they're going to continue it on to another set of singles matches, maybe. And so, in order for that to happen, I think maybe the Callis boys have to win this. I'm a huge fan of Takeshita, so I mean I know this match is going to go hard. Everybody knows this match is going to go hard.
Oh yeah, not denying that. I was just saying, like, it's going to be a good match with no real consequence or outcome.
Let's go to the other tag match of the night. It is the Death Riders of John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus Cope, rated R superstar Cope and Jay White. Why are you closing your eyes, Amari?
Cope.
Cope.
Just like, okay, I get that it's a nickname for Copeland, and it's better than him being like the eighth Adam on the show. I get that.
It's him going back to a single syllable.
Yeah,
instead of Adam Copeland.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same sharpness that Edge does. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you get my point. Like, Cope is just a thing. It may grow on folks. People, I guess, already were calling him Cope for short. That said, the match itself. This will be like a less like the other one, has, multi-star potential. This is less star potential than the other one, but the same amount of how much I care based on what I've heard. This Death Rider storyline has gone down the crap hole. And I don't know, something about AEW Copeland, like he has some good moments with his stories and stuff, but it's not the same.
Yeah, I don't know. This will
go hard in the sense that they're going to be hitting and beating the fuck out of each other, but it's not going to be like the technical masterpiece that we're expecting of the previous tag match.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I have complicated feelings about the Death Riders story and the John Moxley title run so far.
And I like everybody in this match.
Yeah,
the storyline is kind of.
Yeah, I think Cope and Jay White. Well, they don't need to win. I don't know. I think they're probably going to win this because they're going to lose the singles matches. Very, very similar booking methods. My thought is on the other tag match. It's very similar. Like, I feel like the bad guys are going to win because they're going to lose the singles matches, and here I think the good guys are going to win because the bad guys are going to win the singles matches at the end of the day. Let's move on to the title matches, Omari. We got the AEW Continental Championship, Kazuchika Okada versus home continent boy Buddy Matthews.
Okay, usually AEW is the home country, home country, home crowd. Here's your chance. You know what I mean?
But we got 3 of them on this show.
We got 3 of them on the show, and Buddy Matthews ain't the one that's winning. Okada wins this. I love me some Buddy Matthews too. Like I said, I like a lot of the AEW wrestlers, but I'm being honest. Like, Okada is Okada, Buddy Matthews is Buddy Matthews. Okada takes this.
Yeah, Okada's going to take this, but it's going to be a great match. TBS Championship is on the line for Mercedes Moné and Harley Cameron. This has been a really solid build to this match, in my opinion, for on Harley Cameron's side of things. She's just such a multi-talented human being that she has pulled out every trick in her bag for this build. I think it would be amazing. I don't think it would hurt anything. It could only be potentially positive if Harley Cameron won this match, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Harley Cameron, the build of this match has been that Harley Cameron's victory in this match is just kind of proving Mercedes wrong in the fact that she's a scrub. If she goes hard in this match from Mercedes' character's perspective, then the character of Harley Cameron has won.
Yeah.
Even though she's going to get the 1, 2, 3 or the tap out.
Gunther versus Uso at that recent event.
Right. It's like, yeah, it's not necessarily that you're winning, but it's just proving that you are on that level and could win. Kind of thing. And I think that's the victory that Harley Cameron has in her sights for this match.
I
But I think
agree.
it would be great if she actually won.
I can see it going more that route as well. I agree with you on that one.
Now on to the other side of the coin. Our final Australian AEW wrestler, Timeless Tony Storm, in the rematch from AEW All In, Mariah May, our AEW Women's World Champion. This belt has got to move hands, right?
Yeah. AEW, I mean, Tony's too big right now. Like,
Yeah.
for AEW and everything, she is probably the hottest commodity, you got going on right now, where I have not heard that many, if any, have a negative view on it. Like I said, we talked about, your Osprey and Omega. We know who they are. We know who Moxley and the Death Riders and Cope are. But with their reputations come the, well, is it really that good right now? I don't know, man. They need to change them. Ain't nobody said that shit about Tony Storm. Everybody I've talked about has talked about Tony Storm in a positive light. That is your ticket at the moment in AEW. Strike while the iron's hot. You're in Australia. You're in her hometown, which is usually a buff in AEW. And if anybody from Australia is gonna be winning it tonight, Tony Storm.
Yeah, I feel like that's the move to do. I would say the only caveat I have potentially is that this is just a basic 1, 2, 3, no stipulation match. And so you could potentially use this as the building block for the third and final, meaning Mariah May pulls the ultimate heat from the crowd in ruining this match somehow.
I mean, that's
taking
the-
away that special moment from
Yeah.
Australia and from Tony Storm.
Now that
by
is the
getting herself
WWE way.
disqualified, or that's more of the WWE storyline of things. Yeah, absolutely. So I doubt that would happen. I think the belt would change hands. I'm just saying it's the only scenario where I mean, because I'm a little surprised that I believe both the All In match and this match are just kind of your standard wrestling match with no added stipulation.
Well, All In's
But maybe
got
that's
time
more
to
of the
get a
character of
stipulation.
Timeless Tony Storm being the classic wrestler that she is.
Also true.
So yeah, either way, I'm excited. Once again, happening immediately following the NBA All-Star Game this night, coast to coast on TNT and simul streaming on Max. So that's 8W Grand Slam. Omari,
Yeah. So that's-
what else we got? We got anything else? Where can they find us other than talking a bunch of nonsense on this channel on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays? What else they got for us?
What else they got other than talking the nonsense on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays with our various shows? You can also find me on Twitter and Twitch at GioTavi. That's GIOTAVI. Come on in, stop on by. I'm streaming Earth Day 240. You know what that means. Yeah. Keep this wrap up pretty short, right? Unless you got something else you want to talk about? No? All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for stopping by. See you later. Adios.